Rumors.
Goodbye, Lance.
Yeah, that has to happen, which
Something that actually made a shitbox into a drivable winning car. He's never going to Red Bull. At least I don't think he's ever going to Red Bull. I swear inside he must be crying in that helmet. What's up, rookies?
welcome back. We are here right before the Austrian Grand Prix, and we are here doing this after a while. Because we had the Shubham interview.
Oh, right. It's been 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've
God.
not really had a chit chat.
Welcome back.
So we are now gonna get into the real racing, into the Austrian Grand Prix coming up on Sunday. And as always, I have some facts for you.
Of course. Let's go.
Yes. So, as you might know, it is called the Red Bull Ring.
Yep.
The Austrian track. It's been called this since 2004, when it was called the A1 Ring, and then the owner of Red Bull bought it over because of financial troubles, etc. But even though it was bought over in 2004, it actually went on a long hiatus and returned to the calendar only in 2014.
So it was off for 10 years.
Yeah, they were rebuilding it, and there was some problem with legislation.
That's just sad, considering they built Madring in a year and a half.
Yep. But the times were different. Like, it really was. In the sense of not just building it, like, I feel like there were more red tapes that they had to, like, get through and things that needed to be done. F1 was, I'm sure in Austria it was still big, but not as big as it is now.
Was it 2004 also the first year for RB in general? Into
was
F1?
It?
I think
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think so, yeah.
Niki Lauda is the only Austrian driver to have won his home race. So that's cool. The 1976 Austrian Grand Prix was the last F1 race with a female driver. The race marked Leila Lombardi's 12th and final race appearance, in which she finished 12th.
Damn.
So yeah, I didn't know this. This was a very cool thing for me to read.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, I heard someone said Susie was an F1 driver.
She was the last, this was the last F1 race in which a female driver competed. So maybe Susie was before this, or she didn't complete an F1 race, or she
What
didn't.
year is that?
1976. Okay, yeah, maybe.
Susie ain't that old, bro.
Susie, don't come for me. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to look into what Susie did, but this is a fact.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Despite being the quickest lap to complete on the current calendar, the Red Bull Ring is actually only the 4th shortest track on the schedule. So that means it's real fast. So Monaco, Mexico, and Brazil are the top 3 shortest tracks, and then there is our Red Bull Ring in Austria. The current lap record is held by Carlos Sainz.
The minute she got excited, I just knew it wasn't my guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would be excited for Hamilton, but it's so common for Hamilton or Max to hold the record. And this is held by Carlos Sainz in a McLaren in 2020.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, but this is pre-regulations. Pre-regulation changes, no wonder.
But still, yeah, like McLaren era just started. He was setting fastest laps in 2020.
Imagine now another McLaren goes and sets it up this week.
Which one?
In the Red Bull Ring. It's just epic.
Safety car probability 50%.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, possibly, yeah, something can happen.
It's 50-50.
Yeah, we already spoke about it being a short, but it's also known to be a relatively simple circuit with some hidden technicalities, such as turn 1 is always quicker than you think it's going to be. And braking is the order of the day. This I am quoting some driver. Okay. Turn 4 is a downhill braking zone and is the easiest one to mess up. If you do mess it up, you end up in the ground.
Yeah.
George Russell, our recent Spanish Grand Prix winner, Spanish only, no? What did he win? What was the last race? What did we eat?
Poutine, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Okay. See,
Nice.
that's how we remember. George Russell, the recent Canadian Grand Prix winner, was also the winner of the Australian Grand Prix last year. It was his first win of the season. I think I read that it was Mercedes' first win since 2022. Yeah. Yep, those are my facts. And
there is a small fact to do with George Russell that I'd like to add in here. Every time he's won a race, and he's won a race total of 4 times, he's been overshadowed by something or the other.
That's true.
Even his last race, he was overshadowed by both the McLarens crashing into each other. The one time he was not overshadowed was because of his own stupidity under a DNF.
That was so sad. That was the one race I was actually rooting for Russell, and then he goes on DNFs. I mean, it wasn't his fault. The car was underweight, all of that, right? That's the race.
Yeah, that's the race I'm talking about.
Because that was such a good one. Like that whole one pit stop strategy.
Yeah.
He took the car. Like
he really nursed those tires and how, but
and then underweight, and Lewis Hamilton goes and wins. So I'm sure you were happy about that.
I mean, okay, listen, I like seeing Lewis win, but when he's done it, not when he's been given to him.
That's true. Speaking of George Russell, we are hearing a few rumors about a contract renewal.
I mean, it's fucking high time.
Yeah, it is high time. And apparently, they're waiting for the British Grand Prix to sign some mega contract. Now, I get it. He's British. But why? Like,
why make him wait?
Yeah, why make him wait? Why make us wait? All these rumors, I'm tired of it. Some people are like, he's going to Red Bull. Some people are like, he's going to Aston. Some people are like, he's signing with Mercedes. I've never had to think about George Russell this much in my life. I don't want to.
Well, let's just say Princess Peach is really wanted right now.
Which is...
So he's a hot commodity.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? I mean, I get it.
George Russell at the
but
end of the
I
day.
just feel like Toto should just snap it up. Like,
I don't know what Toto's up.
Though, okay. The bigger rumor for me going around right now, which is coming from I don't know where, but it's coming up every week, is that Charles is looking to shift out of Ferrari next year.
Bro, 1 second. I'm going to clear this up. Charles, Lewis, Vassar.
I know.
All three of them have explicitly come out to the media and said, guys, we're here for the long haul.
I know, but I believe if there are rumors flying around so frequently, there has to be some truth to it.
Okay.
Maybe he's told the team, like, I have to get a podium, like, every race. Or, more realistically, I have to win at least one Grand Prix this year to believe in you guys, you know.
Firstly, वो उनका बच्चा है. Kids don't get to divorce their parents. Let's just put it that way, alright? So, Charles, without even while wanting to, will not leave. Second, where will he go?
I feel like if Charles comes in the market, everyone's gonna want him.
No.
Yeah.
He's driven one car his entire life. Okay, two. Alfa Romeo also had a freaking Ferrari engine, so one car.
Yeah, but like he's a talented driver, and everyone says his racing style is like Max, and like
he's very combative that way. There's no doubt. But there are no seats.
Chuck someone.
Who? I ask again. Who? Short of Alonso saying, "Guys, I'm done for a lifetime," and at the same time, Max says, "Okay, no, I want to take care of Lily." Then you have openings on the track, you know. Then you have proper openings on the track.
I mean, the small teams, I don't think he'd want to go there, but I can see Ocon being shuffled out for him. Did he want to go to Haas? Is a different story. Of course not. I can see Alpine, Jag Doohan, get out.
My Delulu brain's going in a different spot right now. What if Albon gets bought by someone?
Oh. C2! Renew it!
Yeah, that's why I said my Delulu brain went a little
That
far.
would be fun. The guys, sorry, I keep coming back to it, but watching Carlos in red in the F1 movie.
Gave feels, man. It gave feels.
Yeah, and like they were like the Ferrari's clothes, the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, and I'm like, your Hamilton ruined it. Your Hamilton ruined
I'm sorry,
everything.
Fred Vasser's to blame. Don't know me.
No. He looked so good in the Silvaro. He should have just stayed there, ended his career there, and let Carlos have his red card.
1 second. Toto and I both agree on that fact. He should have stayed back at Mercedes. He should have run that fucking track out. They would have eventually kicked Russell and gotten Kimi, which would be epic to watch now. That's a real life F1 movie right there.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we will not talk about the F1 movie anymore. I promise, guys. What's next? Okay. It would be a real life F1 movie, and Kimi, the other half of this F1 movie, has finally graduated school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally.
I can't believe this. So send in something.
You know, like, I'm at a loss of words, guys. When I was finishing school, I was like ready to go killing it, partying, and entering college. This kid's already driving for Mercedes
And
before he's finished.
yeah, and the scenario was hilarious. He finishes his final exam. He walks out, and there are so many reporters waiting for him. And imagine, okay, imagine finishing an exam. Imagine yourself. You finish an exam. You walked out. There are 100 people with cameras and mics being like, "How was your exam? How did you do?" Like the poor guy's like,
But that's very Indian. We don't have cameras and mic, but we have a class with the paper कैसा था? तेरा सही क्या? तेरा सही क्या? Yeah, I fucked the question up, bro.
But I'm sure his classmates were also asking him. But this is like
This is next level.
public eye may you're being like, how was your exam? What did you do? Will you pass? Like, hello, give the boy some breathing space. Kimmy, we're glad for you. And congratulations on graduating.
Yeah.
Speaking of rookies, Arvid Lindblad. Did I say it right
Yeah.
this time?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll take that.
You finally got it right.
Rumors. You were saying that there's no seat on the paddock. Well, you tell me how. Then it said that he's coming into week up.
Because that's what I'm saying. He is also coming into week up. That means already one more seat is gone.
But this is also a rumor only, no?
And we don't even know which out of these 4 seats are going empty for him to go and take it.
I am to definitely not seeing a bright future for Yuki because Honda.
Mm.
So I think Yuki's gonna go.
Yuki can go back to Aston. They're still with Honda.
Yeah, but that means
Goodbye, Lance.
Yeah, that has to happen, which you know. Let's see. But the moving piece will definitely be Yuki leaving. Who's gonna take his place?
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, I really hope not Isaac Hadjar.
Listen, protect Isaac at all costs.
Please! I love him. I hope it's not him.
The world needs to come together to make sure that boy stays in Racing Bulls and not go to Red Bull.
Yeah.
He cannot, not for another season at least.
So is it going to be Arvid taking on the Red Bull second seat and ending his career before he will begin?
No. Arvid, the rumor for Arvid is that he'll join Racing Bulls.
Yeah, but we all know what happened in the beginning of this season with Lawson getting the seat. Like, where did that come from? So would they pull a move like that again about Arvid? Hopefully not. Because this whole thing about Lawson getting promoted again, though, I cannot digest only. Like, that would be so stupid.
But I mean, if they put Arvid there, it's the same mistake all over again.
So who are they going to bring? Charles Leclerc?
Oh my god, no. He's never going to Red Bull. At least I don't think he'd ever go to Red Bull.
Who knows? At this point, the man must be thinking about how he's been here for so many years, and now Oscar Piastri has more Grand Prix wins than him, and how everyone is talking about how he's the new Danny Rick. Like, I would be sweating in my sleep if people were talking like this.
I get it. Like, yeah, even I would be sweating in my sleep if people are talking about me like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say 2 words. No, it's 1 word hyphenated. Okay, no, it's 2 words hyphenated. 3 words actually. Multi-year contract.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure there is some way to get out of it. He's the Prince of Monaco. I'm sure he can.
The Prince of Ferrari also. And then there's that grandfather who's walked in right now, 7-time world champion, cribbing about the car, cribbing about the engineer.
Yes, speaking about cribbing about the car, there is some floor upgrade coming in Austria. I don't think we should just touch this topic and leave it, because what does Ferrari's upgrades even mean? I don't think it stands for anything.
I hope it's a upgrade package, not to go back to it, but I hope it's a good upgrade package like the F1 movie had for Apex. Something that actually made a shitbox into a drivable winning car. But even if, you know what, honestly, I am all for it if Ferrari follows that trajectory also. At the end of the year, if I see that we are actually hitting podiums and just getting close to P4, P5 every race, I will take it and be a happy consumer for Ferrari, dude.
But we are close to P4, P5. I think the aim is podiums and winning at least one
podium, yeah. Silverstone's coming, my tissue box is ready, bro.
Oh yeah, guys. Oh my god. Yes. So there is this crazy fact about how Hamilton's always got a podium since 2009 in Silverstone.
Either he's finished first or second or third, but like,
yeah, like always got a podium. Yeah.
I'm telling you, my tissue box is just ready.
Yeah, this is not going to be a good one for Hamilton fans.
Yeah,
Like,
just I won't be part of the live reactions because you're just going to be snorting it till
what if he wins though?
Then there'll be different kinds of tears.
Yeah, I think everyone would be happy.
I will drop to the floor and start praying to the heavens. Be
Yeah.
like, thank you, God.
That would be insane. Like, bring your flow package this race next to Silverstone.
Let's see.
It could
I hope
happen.
this floor package is what they are making it out to
I
be.
agree.
Because from everything I understand, they've called it a major upgrade, which could also
No, one second. They've called it. Calling it a minor upgrade would be a mistake. They are just now using multiple words to cover their ass. And they're like, we said if y'all call it a minor upgrade, it's a mistake, but we never said it was a major. Like, they are just covering bases.
That's not how it works, guys. Come on.
I'm just saying. I think we only talk about this floor upgrade after Austria because who the fuck knows what's going to happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and speaking of Lewis, his ex-teammate, Valtteri Bottas, is out doing side quest after side quest after side quest. Did you read about the world record that he has broken?
I sent it to you.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Valtteri.
My stomach's hurting. Just thinking about it and laughing. Valtteri, how did yours not hurt? Okay, guys, just to give you a context, Valtteri Bottas recently got a new record of eating 51 tacos in one sitting.
In 1 hour.
In 1 hour, sorry.
51 tacos.
That's wild.
That is wild.
That is
Man's
just wild.
hungry for an F1 seat as well.
Man's hungry to pull out as many side quests in his life as he can.
I saw. He's like, if I'm gonna be on reserve and I'm gonna be like, just
he's the marketing puppet, na?
Yeah.
Eating tacos, going for the F1 movie premiere with a helmet on that he's not got to put on the entire season.
Yeah.
I swear inside he must be crying in that helmet. Kahi to pehne mila.
Yeah. And then there was the reel which kind of broke the internet of him checking out a Cadillac car.
You do, 1 second. Did you see the whole reel?
Yeah.
Did you see how it ended?
No.
Nobody's paying attention to the end of that reel where he says, not yet.
Yeah. Which I thought was like a tease, so it's coming.
No, I just think he meant like, I ain't doing this shit.
No.
Yeah, that's how I took it. I properly took it to understand like, nahi, ye wala nahi.
Not yet. Not yet would mean like, hold your horses. It's coming. The announcement's coming. This is not the announcement. That's how I took it, which was the whole point of the reel. Like, why would you?
Yeah, that's how 98% of the world is thinking. And I'm part of that 2% who's just like, some things are.
Then it would be like how Max refutes rumors, right? Like, no, like it's not happening. Like, why would you say not yet? Maybe for engagement, but I don't think so.
It was a fun reel though, I have to say.
It was a fun reel.
It was a nice way to tease it. If it's true, it's a lovely way to tease it. I have to say that.
Good job, Valtteri. Good job. Your side quests and your reels are keeping us entertained. For all the things that Kimi and Russell are not serving on social media, Valtteri is making up.
Speaking of Kimi and Russell, can we talk about their night suit photo shoot?
Pajama party? Yeah.
The pajama party that they had, where Russell's cap was not giving. I have to put it like that. There was no other way to put it. It was, boy, take it off.
Remind me again what that photo shoot was for?
Mercedes AMG X Adidas activewear.
I am not paying for that.
Nobody's paying for that. the drivers wouldn't pay for that. The only reason they did because they got paid for that.
Yeah, you got to do better.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing exciting about it.
And yeah, I'm not just saying this to Merck. Adidas, boys, come on, wake the fuck up, dude. What are y'all doing?
Y'all have AMG, like y'all can do so much. So much.
Welcome to F1. Up your game.
Yep, you really should. Okay, so last few things before our predictions.
Right.
The biggest being that they have announced a new preseason testing plan for 2026.
I love it. Honestly, let's tell them what the plan is first. So the way it's always happened has been one weekend where all the teams get to get out on track and go around
In
either
Bahrain.
Barcelona or Bahrain. It used to be Barcelona at one point, and they shifted to Bahrain. So since a couple of years, it's been Bahrain now, and you get your 3 days of testing. Great, you kill it, and that's about it. This time around, though, we're going to be doing 2 tracks, 3 weeks of it with 2 weekends, and no, the one is a 5-day period. The first period in Barcelona is going to be from the 26th to the 30th of Jan, where essentially what they're going to do is each team gets to pick only 3 out of 5 days.
Why are they making it so complex?
So they're keeping it like this in case of rains and things like that, where in case it rains and you get washed out on day 1, you get another chance on day 4.
Fair.
So they've tried to keep it very fair that way. Another thing I found it to be super fair for was, apart from all the regulation changes that these guys are going to have to adapt to, apart from having 2 new power suppliers in the game, apart from all of that, this would have been so much better this year, given the fact that we had so many new rookies on the board. To give them that kind of time, patience, and just letting them get the hang of it, we would have probably seen a very different result for Doohan and Lawson if they had this much time on the car.
I agree. I think it's a good thing going forward if they give a few more testing days.
I completely agree.
Yeah, they shouldn't just do it this year being like, new regulations. I think this should become the norm. A, they get a taste of 2 tracks.
Correct.
And B, just like more time with the car. Like, why not? Like, let them have that assurance going into the real races.
And needless, not just that, but it's not like you're going viewerless for these things. But people are dying to see testings also. Like, even me personally, I am now looking forward to these 3 weeks of testing in Jan. And I'm just like, Jan to Feb, and I'm just like, finally, the season will start a little earlier.
Yeah, exactly. It fills the gap between the season ending and the season starting.
Although, okay, on that front, we need to also address drivers' fatigue. Like, they're not going to have a lot of time off.
But it's only like that's true, actually.
We end on the 24th of December. They have a month. Originally, they used to have 2.5 months off a break. Because we had only 22 races on the board and lesser shorter testing time, shorter everything.
Maybe going ahead, suggestion to FIA, they make the first weekend optional. Like, if the driver
actually technically optional, they can pick whether they want to come out for all 3 days. They don't have to. A lot of teams aren't like, this is something that I feel they're gonna do is the first Barcelona testing. I highly doubt people like a Max, a Lando, or an Oscar would be in their cars. This is time to give your reserves a chance to see how they are going to perform.
But this year, I feel they might be, because the car is drastically changing. And why would you not want that advantage? Especially imagine Max is sitting at, Max won't care that much. Norris is sitting at home and he hears Oscar's going. He's gonna be like, I'm freaking going too.
Yeah, I don't expect them not to be around the track. I just don't expect them to be in the car for the first 2-3 days. Because, like, obviously you need to also check, like, teams wise, you're going to want to check your reserve driver's capabilities. You're going to want to see how he's going to handle the new car. And of course, like I'm saying, driver fatigue is one thing. So you don't want your main drivers to start getting into the car that soon and then having to start making changes instantly. Of course, the FIA is going to have a cap on the amount of changes you can make into the car before the first race too. I'm very sure of it.
Yeah, 100%.
And it also will entail a lot of other crap that's going to come into a team. Like, someone's putting tire or water in their tires to cool it down. But
yeah, there's going to be a lot
there's going to be a lot of drama.
If I was a team principal, I would reserve the last weekend for my
reserves.
Yeah. So that I get the feedback as early as possible from the real drivers. And then...
Actually, I wholeheartedly agree. That would be so much better.
Yeah.
That would be
and
so much
then
better.
Your real drivers get to test 2 tracks in the new car. So, and then because there are 2 in Bahrain, so you give the last one to
Yeah, that works actually.
Yeah, and then your real drivers can have a rest at home before the season begins. But yeah, good stuff for us as fans. What's not good stuff for us as fans is that Daddy Science has withdrawn his name from the FIH chairmanship.
I didn't understand that letter. Like,
it was long and winded, and yeah.
it all said I am not capable. I read the whole thing 3-4 times and I'm just like, नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, ये तो होगा ही नहीं. I'm just like, bro, where's the confidence at, yo? Like, yeah, it's never going to be a straightforward job. I understand that you're also saying it from a perspective of having been told what the job is going to be for the past 3 months since we heard the first rumor of him trying to join.
Yeah.
But don't give up, yeah.
But he has.
Yeah,
maybe
he has,
next year, maybe the year after. I don't know. But does that mean Muhammad's gonna stay in our life forever?
I honestly don't know how long he can. Like, what is the term?
Yeah, I don't know the term. Is it like a normal precedent term?
Like, that's 4 years. But MBS has been around for... Okay, no, he's been around for 3 years. No? He's already been around for 4 years.
Yeah, so what? Is he creating a dictatorship? There should be democracy. And last thing, I promise, the last thing for predictions is that I saw a really funny reel. A really, really funny reel. How in Argentina, there is now a whole ass musical happening about Colapinto. Song and dance with someone dressed in an Alpine jersey playing Colapinto. It's hilarious.
Like a play.
Yeah, like a musical play. Yeah.
Have you all lost your minds?
What? He's like the biggest Argentinian star right
you know
now.
what? I understood the Avengers musical and the Spider-Man musical and the Shrek musical. The fuck is a Franco Colapinto musical?
It's an Alpine driver on his way to victory.
Like, at least wait till he reaches Ferrari. He reaches Merc, he reaches Red Bull. वो Alpine में.
But वो patience ही नहीं है और कभी reach करेगा कि नहीं किसको पता. This is
अरे तो उसके बाद बनाओ ना. तेरा story
Argentinians have had no chill since he was a reserve driver. Okay, now he's in Alpine. They are like, play to banna chahiye.
Guys, I'm not understanding this trend of making for the lack of a better word here, long format content on drivers that walked in yesterday.
The seat.
Yeah, I'm literally pointing out to the seat for Kimi.
Yeah.
Absolutely unnecessary. Yes, youngest driver. Yes, great team. Yes, everything was there. And yes, WhatsApp funded the life out of you. So I get it. But it was unnecessary. Secondly, again, F1 Academy, I'll point that out too. While people need to know about the nitty-gritties of how these kids are going to be coming up, how specifically right now the women are coming into F1, I love that aspect of it. You don't need to give them the importance of Max, Alonso, Lewis, Danny, Senna, and like, come on, wake the fuck up.
I haven't watched F1 Academy, so can't comment on it. But I feel like that the Argentinians have their fun, and they're not imposing on our screens. Let them do their thing.
I mean, nobody's imposing on your screens. At the end of the day, all of this is optional content. No one's forcing you to watch it. But in my perspective is, if you're making it, you are automatically making someone important. You are making someone feel important now.
Yeah.
These guys who are just starting off now, I don't know the mentality that is required to be a driver.
Yeah.
But I would say that this would mess with it.
Yeah, 100%. Especially, I feel like Franco to must be little satka hua only with all their ensigns.
Exactly. At this point, Franco, even if he doesn't race, is still a god.
Yeah, in Argentina.
In Argentina also, they have better sportsmen, yeah?
I agree, but like, he's become so big in Argentina.
I don't see a Messi musical. I don't see a Maradona musical. Where are these?
Maybe it happened in that time, but we don't know why.
I'm gonna look this shit up. If I see a Messi musical, I'll shut the fuck up. But other than that, I'm gonna keep ranting.
Yes, and this is possibly his last race, maybe, if that 5 race.
See?
Oh
my god, the outrage is real.
It might be. Like, Flavio said,
at this point, it better not be.
Yeah, I agree. For the sake of Franco and Argentina, I better.
A musical will turn into an action film.
Where were they killing Flavio?
Oh, everyone.
Burn the whole world for the love of Flavio.
For the love of Colapinto, yeah.
Okay, we've lost plot. And we are going to enter our predictions for the Austrian Grand Prix. Yes.
Have you thought of them?
I mean, we can't predict the McLaren. Okay, so just clarifying the newly added rule, we cannot predict the McLarens to win, but we can predict them in the podium.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I shall begin.
I'm going to have to reverse my order.
Okay. I have no idea.
Okay, I'm going to go first. Because
Okay.
mine's like ready, set, go already. So for P3, like I said, I have to reverse my order. For P3, I have Oscar. For P2, I have Max. And for P1, I have Charles.
I whacked my mic.
Smacked the mic so hard. You can see it there.
I hope you're right, because that would make me so happy.
I think that would make Charles also happy at this point.
But I can't predict that. I don't see it happening. So can't.
Floor upgrade is what I'm banking on. He's the only one who knows how to handle that car at the moment.
I'm just gonna go cray. Okay.
Best. It worked, dude. I went cray with Kimi and it worked.
I have Alonso.
Okay, when you said cray, I didn't expect it to go there. Please continue.
I have Alonso for P3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The Aston's been doing better.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe New is working his magic and they've had a break. So maybe New is done something. I have George for second.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Max for first.
Don't seem very excited about having Max for first.
I mean, it's if you can't put the McLarens, you are literally right now stuck with either Max or George, which is so freaking sad. I guess you can say Charles, but it's just sad. Like, we don't have many options this year.
For contenders?
Yes.
Yeah, because we removed the top two from our list.
Exactly, but like last year, we had 7 race winners, right?
Even this year, we've got 5.
What 5? We have George, we have Oscar, we have Norris, we have Max, we have 4.
No, there is a 5th.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think.
No.
George was the last entrant into it. Piastri's won most of them. Lando won 1.
He won 2.
Lando won 2. Max won 2.
It's just them.
I don't know why I feel like there was a 5th.
No.
Okay, my bad. My bad, guys.
So yeah, I guess these are predictions. Maybe we'll have to let the McLarens in at some point and keep doing the toss between the two.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's gonna have to keep being Max unless these upgrades work.
Also, I'm just gonna put it out there. I have one more prediction, even being crazy, than you have. So my backflip's definitely not happening, but you are definitely going to driving school.
One second. The backflip and the driving is about our championship winner.
But that too, I lost in the second race.
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
Fuck my backflip.
That is not for these daily ones.
All right.
Yeah, this is more fun. Those were serious. I had a papaya. You had a pizza slice. Those were written in stone.
I should have just picked up the damn Red Bull can. I would have still lost.
Yep.
It would have been fun if I picked up a papaya only that day.
Yeah.
Should have just cut that fruit only into half and get it there.
Okay, guys. So that's it for the Austrian Grand Prix. We will be back with our reactions after the race. We have a really, really fun collab that we're going to be doing for the Austrian Grand Prix with our friends who are also food bloggers. And they're going to be coming in and blind taste testing food, Austrian food. We're going to attempt creating Austrian food and they're going to blind taste that. So if you're interested, that's going to be over on our Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
Perfect. See you guys.
Bye.